It has been 2 months since we did our original tier list for Element Fission, and in that time, we have learned more about how some of the units work, whether they work a little bit differently than we expected them to, and some of them actually wind up being better or worse. We have learned that some units are very, very necessary for certain content, namely the Gunslinger, things like that. We have also learned that things like the Tree Wisp Catcher are ridiculously good. More people are doing PvP, so things like the Light Bear are going to go skyrocket to the top of the list. And then units got mildly balanced. There's like 2 tiny balance patches, with 2 or 3 tiny balance patches. And then new units, the Rippers, came out since the first one. So I think that it's time for us to do some new tier lists. We're going to start with 4 stars because that makes no sense. That's why we're going to do it. Let's do it. We could start with 3 stars because they're at the bottom, or well, we could start with 2 stars because, you know, just a tier list of all the wisps. Anyway, let's get started at the middle because, of course. So we're going to start with the Annihilators. Tree Annihilator has a double AoE, dots, blind, stuns. I had him at A tier for the first one. However, honestly, after testing him out, because I do like him. He's got double AoEs, but not quite as good as some of the other units. I'm putting him at B. You can make an argument that he's better than B, but honestly, people aren't using him like... People aren't really using him too much, even though this is a unit that I built at the very beginning. What else? Water, basically the water sniper. I had him at A before. I don't know how many people, I haven't really seen people using him. I'm going to keep him at A because unless I have a good reason to move things around, I'm going to keep them where they were. Fire 1 has an AoE blind team buff of attack bar for high attack units, defense buff for high defense units, increased attack bar for primary unit. I had him at B plus before, potentially B plus. I was curious if people were going to be using him more, but it seems like people aren't really using him. The thing that people are really using is the engineer, the fire engineer robot. So that one's going to be higher than this one on the tier list. But this is B. I haven't really seen too many people. Maybe some of you guys are actually using, because I feel like he can be useful. But Light 1, AoE blind, passive attacks enemies with dots when allies are attacked. This one's been ridiculous in super fast. I don't know how people get like 3 of... I do know how people get 3 of them, and it's this. So, but we're going to pretend that that's not how they got 3 of them. AoE blind, passive attacks enemies with dots. It's basically like a Cylind from Summoner's War, but he has been ridiculous in some dungeon runs. So we're going to put him at A tier for sure. Dark 1 is like the light sniper. I really haven't seen too many people get super excited about him, but we'll see over the course of time. Maybe he goes up in the tier list. Ant Cannon. The Tree 1 is basically Aquila from Summoner's War. I think he should be an A tier unit. There's not as many people using him as I thought there would be, but I think he's an A tier unit. The Water 1, basically Orion from Summoner's War. People are using this. I had him at B plus before. We're going to put him at A because this has actually been on a lot of people's defenses for Guild Siege, for Guild content. Fire 1, similar to Brand Magician skill 1 and 2, but conditional attack bar boost for only self with passive. Also, I actually built this. He has a speed lead as well. I'm gonna put this up to B. He's a little bit B for better than I gave him credit for initially. He was at C before, but Light 1 is basically like Tableau from Summoner's War. He's getting an A. The Dark 1 is like the Brownie skill 1 and 2 with HP based pure damage and team heal skill 3. Actually, this has been kind of more annoying than I gave him credit for. We're gonna put him in an A as well, because I've seen him being used more in guild content. We got to factor some more PvP into this tier list than before. So we got the Archon, the Tree 1, similar to the... Where are the Archons? Oh, I see them. Tree 1 is similar to the Wind Lich in Summoner's War. I really don't see too many people super excited about him. Water Lich, skill 1 and 2. Oh, the Water is like the Lich, skill 1 and 2, passive buff steal and gain power buffs. Similar to Chilling. You know, he seems like he should be similar to the Water Lich from Summoner's War completely, but he's like the Water Lich plus Chilling. A little bit better than I gave him credit for. We're going to put him at an A tier. He's actually better in heavy metal than people really. I don't know if I did I do a video on that? I don't think it was a great video, but yeah. Fire 1 is basically Antares, which I think is a great unit. I'm putting everything at A tier, aren't I? This is going to be a full A tier video. Spoiler, now you know what everything is at the end. Light is similar to Halfus meets Quadam. This has been very popular on defense. Where is he? He is over here. Dark One is similar to the Dark Lich. He has not been as popular as the other ones. We're going to put him at B tier. Am I really going to put everything at A tier? That'd be ridiculous. Dots. Tree Assassin is the next one. Dots to allies and self heals based on dots. If the AI was better, I would put him better. Honestly, I mean, I'm glad some people like him. He was at C tier before. He's definitely better than C tier. I want to put him at A tier, but he's not consistent enough for A tier. I'm going to put him at B tier. That's definitely an improvement over before, but I still think that he could be better. Water 1 is a single target snipe, skill 2, HP swap, and invincible to low health allies. He was B, possibly B plus before. I don't see enough people using him. Like, I've been actually using this guy, but he's 6-starred. I still don't feel like he's more than a B tier. If his AI kept prioritizing himself to put dots on, unless one of his allies really needed it, maybe I could argue it A tier, but just, yeah, not now. Fire One has actually been more useful for a lot of people. Personally, I would put him at B tier, but I'm going by what you guys have felt using the unit. I've seen people using him and enjoying him. So I'm going to put A tier. I think he has a HP leader skill, if I recall correctly, too. So, ignore damage, ignore defense. Some units do have ignore damage. So it's not necessarily a... what else do we have? Bears! Oh my god. So good. Such good units. We're definitely putting these bears higher on the tier list. For sure, without a doubt. Jeez. Okay, so the tree bear, similar to the Hypno Meow, increased attack bar and counters. This thing has been ridiculous. I gotta put this at the A tier. He was B plus before. He's easily A tier. He's easily A tier unit. Water 1, similar to Hypno Meow meets Windstring Master. We're going to keep him. I didn't build him. We're going to keep him at B tier. He's not been as popular as... I haven't seen him be as popular as some of the other ones. But we're going to keep him at B tier for now. And then we'll change him in the next tier list. Fire 1. We're going to put it A tier. I feel like he's not low enough to be B tier because he doesn't take he takes damage, but he'll take damage at the end of his turn. So you could do like 2 million damage to him. He doesn't die. He'll take his turn, and then the damage will be calculated at the end of his turn. But he can potentially give himself unkillable. So we're gonna do that. Light 1, kinky from Summoner's War, but can crit and buffs own crit rate. This one has been absolutely ridiculous. This is easily an S tier unit. He's not really for PvE. He's dominates in PvP though, so easily an S tier unit. Hey, there we go. All the people with the light bears, they're like, finally, he gives respect to my unit. Dark One, similar to Hypno Meow, grants additional attacks, increased chance to get glanced on, increased attack bar by random amount at the end of the turn. We are going to put him at A tier as well. All these bears, man. I feel like you can... I want to build him. I want to test him out. I just got him yesterday or the day before. I know. I don't know why it took so long to get him. But, yeah, I feel like he might be better than that. But we'll test him out. We'll see. Next up, we have the Bombmans. Tree 1 is attack-based bomber version of Skogul. I feel like we should put him higher than B. I built him. His surprise cake is actually surprisingly nice. I feel like B is fine for him. I would put him at the same tier as some of these other units that I also feel are not that bad. I feel like they're pretty good. They're like, B is kind of like middle. It's like usable unit, but not ridiculous. Like I can't put everything at A tier and S tier. As much as the tier list is starting to look like I could put everything at A tier, I shouldn't be putting everything at A tier. Water 1 is similar to the Water Joker. We're going to put him also at B tier. Light 1 has an AoE strip blind skill 3, AoE bomb skill 2. I did pull this one. I do like him. He is a solid unit. We're going to put him at A tier. Dark 1, self-attack buff, single target bomb that ignores buffs, and speed up while on cooldown. We are going to put him on, I mean, of course, it's a LD4. How am I going to get him? Magic. Fire 1 is a single target bomber with extra bomb passive. Has anyone built the fire bomber? Because I feel like I'm going to put him at B, but I feel like he could be better than that. But I would have to see. I'm going to put him at B because he was at B before. And I haven't seen anything to change my mind since then, but I would love to see things that change my mind. Bookworm. This is going to be A tiers, basically Lucian. Water 1 is a single target strip CC AoE heal. Was at B before we built this. B is fair. Not ridiculous. Not terrible either. Fire 1 is basically a fire version of Julie. I haven't been as excited about this. However, I do know that there are people using this in high-level arena. And they have a specific build for it. So we're going to put that at A tier. I think that's a fair place for it. It was A tier before. Light 1. Oh my god, Light 1. I had this in A tier, right? Better than A tier. It's like the Light Anubis, but it's on all the defenses. I feel like this is it always seems to be performing better than I expected to. Always. I've seen this revive so many times, like AoE revive over and over and over again. I'm like, this is getting out of hand. So, yeah, that is it. That is, I did not give that enough credit. But it's similar to the Light Anubis in Summoner's War. Dark 1 changes duration to buffs and debuffs, buffs own speed, attack, and crit ignores passive when stacked with all 3. I gave this a B+ before. I have seen people use this. I've seen people use this in high level and say that this is one of the best units in the game. I'm going to go by the feedback of the people that actually have it and use it, that it's one of the best units. So there you go. It's wild. 3 in S tier? I feel like that's too many bookworms in S tier, but yeah. The poor water bookworm. Buffing 2075. We have the engineer robot, treat, defense base bomb, and stun 1 target enemy, absorb attack bar of all enemies. We're going to put this at, this was B before. We're going to keep it at B. I have not personally built it. I have not seen any reason to take it out of B, or either up or down or anything. Water 1 similar to Water Mermaid with AoE heal and reduce cooldown S2. Actually, this has been used a ton. Very, very effective unit for a lot of like Abyss content and Mental Fortress and things like that. It's been very popular. Fire 1 increased attack bar, speed buff, attack buff, immunity with skill 3. Skill 2 does reduce cooldown of team by 1 turn and heal. I had this at A tier before. I feel like A tier is fine. S would be too much. We already put so many of the flipping bookworms in S tier. I feel like S tier should be like, oh, that unit's too strong and possibly game breaking. Yeah. So I don't know. But what else do we have? Light 1 similar to Wedgehead, including arena speed lead, defense buffs, heals, attack bar boost. I feel like we should put this higher than A tier. We're gonna put it at A tier, but man, this unit's so strong. Dark 1 similar to Dark Horus, skill 2. So initially I said skill 2 looks to be single target, extra conditional pure damage based on speed. Skill 2 is not single target. The way it's worded looks like it's single target, but it's actually an AoE. We're going to put this also at A tier. Where is he? Oh, this one was a B. Everything is an A tier. Everything should kind of gravitate towards B. That's like the middle. That's because statistics. Anyway. Otherwise, it's probably a bad tier list. Hold on. Don't crap on me for that. They're going to crap on me anyway. Ghost Captain. Tree Ghost Captain, AoE dots, single target decrease. Tree Ghost Captain, AoE. Single target decrease attack bar, extends debuffs, detonates bombs and dots. Basically, he detonates dots. Yeah, I'm looking at his first skill. That's where I wrote the note for. Yeah, so this is... No, not that one. This is going to be A tier. Very, very good unit. Boxing Club and other places, but mostly Boxing Club. Water 1, skill 1, AoE slow. Skill 2, random hit defense break. Skill 3, cleanse, reduce cooldown of allies. Team up, attack, leader skill. This has been very... Where is he? He's been very popular in some of the Abyss content as well. Fire 1, speed lead. Skill 1, AoE attack bar decrease. Skill 2, random hit defense break. Skill 3, AoE slow and decrease attack bar. I personally still... I gotta still keep this guy at A tier. I feel like I'm the only one that's even used him. I don't see anyone else using him, but I think that he's I still think he is a solid enough unit. I can't honestly put him any lower than that. He's solid. Light one, similar to Molly from Summoner's War. I feel like I gotta put him at A. I feel like I want to put him at B. I think I had him at B. I had him at B plus before. We're gonna keep him at B. We'll put him in A. We'll put him in A. I know. We'll put him in A. Dark one, 115 base speed, AoE, skill 1, random defense break, skill 2, and absorb attack bar passive. Hold on. I want to check something with this dark one. Nope, that's not it. Maelstrom, absorb 5% of the target's attack bar when attacking against targets affected by debuffs. If it's a boss, absorb an additional 5% of the action bar. Otherwise, absorb percentage of HP. Yeah, this one I feel like people have actually been using. I'm trying to remember what I actually heard from people. We're going to put this at A tier, though. Because he was B plus before. He also has 115 base speed. Tree Gunslinger. Wow. We had this guy at B before. Oh, this guy is like everywhere in Abyss. Everywhere. He's got to be A. He's the one doing all the damage. He's a necessary unit. I mean, this is going to go down, of course, after they add more units to the game. I don't know when. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I could imagine over the course of time, he kind of goes down. Maybe not too far down. He'll probably go to like A or B tier over time, but right now he is a must-have unit. Water one is similar to the water version of... We actually got changed. This one actually did get changed in the little mini balance patches, but we're going to keep him at B. Fire one is like a Vertiheal with 25 speed lead. He is going to be A tier unit. Oh, no, we had him at S tier. Should we keep him at S tier? We'll keep him at S tier. Because, I mean, think about Vertiheal and Summoner's War at the very beginning. We would have put that at S tier too. Light 1 passively triggers a lucky shot that can't crit but does more than normal damage. Chance to not be crit on based on luck. I don't know enough about this unit to change the tier, really. So that's the light one. The dark one, skill 2 blocks, slow paralysis, passive boost crit rate based on luck applies, mark or brand on target. I'm going to put these both at B. But honestly, I would love for you guys that actually have these units to chime in some more, because I don't. It's B plus. It's either B or A. So I'll let you guys that actually have the units let me know in the comments about what you think on it. We got the Ninrat, similar to Wind Ninja, highly sought after early game for speed boxing club. I want to put him. Honestly, is it ridiculous to put him at S tier? I feel like he's... You can do the dungeon without him. It's better to have high luck. He is phenomenal for boxing club. He is also... should we put him at S tier? We'll put him at S tier. I'm putting everything in A tier anyway. We need some things in S tier. I'm getting ridiculous now. The water Ninrat is the water version of Hua in Summoner's War and potentially lock down bosses. I have seen more people using him than expected in like Abyss content and things like that. So we're going to put him at A tier. Fire 1 is similar to Garrow. I really haven't seen people using him though. We're going to keep him at B tier. Light 1 ignores 30% of defense, special stacks that ignore 10% of defense per stack, and potentially grant extra turn. I believe that this one actually, I saw this, and this actually did a little bit better than... It was B plus before. We're going to put it at A. Dark 1, similar to Water Ninja, gains stealth beginning of match, ignores small amount of defense. We will keep this at B, and if you guys feel strongly that this should be a different tier, let me know in the comments. And let me know everything in the I already know. I already know to be afraid of the comment section. Cult Answer. Light 1 is similar to Wind Epicon Priest, slightly better. We are going to do B tier for that. Dark 1 is similar to Chloe, but no speed lead. We are going to do A tier for that one. It's just the way they were before. Puppet Artist. Tree Puppet Artist is similar to Triana. We're going to put this at a B tier. I haven't seen, like, you would think Triana was so popular and stuff. I mean, just multi-hits, though. But Triana was so popular in Summoner's War, but she really, like, this unit has not been hugely meta from what I have seen. What else do we have? Fire, similar to Harmonious, slightly better. We are going to put this also at B tier. Water one was an AoE free, it still is an AoE freeze, sleep, defense break, decrease attack bar, speed lead. Was at A tier before. Feel like A tier is not bad. Honestly, it's an S tier unit though. It is a must-have S tier unit. We have the Sky Police. Tree one is very similar to Hreisvelk. We're going to put this at A tier. Can you guys see? You can see. You just can't see the D tier too well. But there's nothing in D tier because I'm probably being too nice to everything. So, I should put something in D tier. It's stupid Archon. Nothing is really lower than B. Am I being too nice? I might be being too nice. I might be too nice. Water one is a carbon copy of Galleon. We're going to put that in A tier. Oh, no. We put it in S tier. We put it in S tier before. We'll keep it in S tier. Fire one is self-defense up immunity, random attacks based on defense. We will upgrade this to, we had this in D tier before. We'll upgrade this to B tier. I know some people want that to be higher than B tier. I really honestly don't feel like it should. She has a speed lead, but I really honestly don't feel like it should be higher than that. Light one, self-defense up immunity, single target nuke, similar to Stella. We will put this at B tier as well. I built the Fire Sky Police though, so I'm going based on actually using her. Dark one, like a weak frigate. Skill 3 does defense up and attack bar boost. Was this the... Hold on, I just want to double check this one as well. Where is he? Why can I not find him? Her. Skill 3, increase action bar of all allies by 50%. Also grant them effect up and defense up. We'll just keep it at the same. We'll just keep it at the same. So that was a B tier. String Maid, basically, Tree String Maid, basically Chisoon with attack bar boost as well. We'll put this at A tier. We'll keep it at A tier rather. Water 1 is a heal, cleanse, attack up, single target, Skill 3, single target stripped based on speed. No, she does more than this. She does more than this. Some of these were changed a little bit, but where I just want to read her actual skills. So skill 2, recover HP of all allies by 20% of your max HP. Grant them 2 turn attack up. Skill 3, tea time remove all debuff on all allies. Recover HP of all allies by 20% of your max HP. Grant them 2 turn attack up. And then we have the... Oh, no, that's the upgraded tea time. I'm like, that's the same skill. Assist shot attack an enemy 3 times. This is our skill 3. With each attack shortening the buff duration by 1 turn. Afterwards, extends buff duration by 1 turn of all allies. Damage based on your speed. She is... we had her at B tier before. She is better than B tier. She is an A tier unit. She's been used a lot in some Abyss dungeon type of stuff. Fire 1, 115 speed, single target attack bar boost and heal. Team buff. Team defense buff with single target enemies strip. We're going to put her... Actually, there's... she did get upgraded. But I don't know anyone that's... Let me know. I feel like there's an argument to be made for her being an A tier, though. Because she did get buffed. And she does an AoE strip. So, if you think we should put her at A tier, let me know. Wisp Catcher. Tree Wisp Catcher. Oblivion and Dot. Damage over time, which spreads to all enemies with the same tribute as target. When enemies lose HP to Dot, increase attack bar by 5%. Was B plus before Tree Wisp Catcher. Am I being too... I might be being too nice. I might be too nice. That is a ridiculous unit. Great for... It's Oblivion. It's an easily attainable Oblivion, which is one of the big things. Lots of turn cycling, lots of dots. You can use her in Boxing Club. You can use her in the tunnel. You can use her in... You build her tanky and you get the damage from the dots. You get the turn cycling is absolutely ridiculous. So I think that this is a unit that I definitely did not give enough credit. I might be too ridiculous putting this in S. I'm probably too ridiculous putting this in S tier. If we're putting the Ninrat in there, I think we got to put the Wisp Catcher in there. So, Water 1, boost speed by up to 18 points at match start. Increase damage based on speed difference. Oh, actually, you guys felt really strongly about this. I put in C tier before. We're going to put this in A tier. I know a lot of people are using this for dungeon teams. It's actually better than I gave it credit for. Fire 1, we had it B+. We're going to still keep it at B tier. Light 1, Dungeon Attack Lead, double AoE, irresistible defense break, and attack bar down with skill 3. Let's put this thing at S tier. Putting everything at S tier. Wow. Dark Oblivion evolves 3 times during match, increasing attack crit rate, shield, and automatically reviving if stack, similar to Wind Anubis. This one could be even higher than this. If you have the Wisp catch, I mean, honestly, if you feel very strongly about something that it's significantly in a spot that it shouldn't be, and you have it, and it's a more rare unit like the LD4s, then let me know, because there's some units that I don't have, and unless I see people using them or see them on defense or other people using them on offense and sharing it and talking about it, then I don't know about the units that I don't have, that I can't test myself personally. So what else do we have? Next we have actually I gotta find it again. So we have all of these new units, the Rippers. So let's open them up. Let's rip them open and let's see how we feel about them. So Water 1 is very similar to Fedora from Summoner's War. I'm going to actually make this small. You guys can't see it, but I'm going to make this smaller. First skill, attack the enemy 2 times. Each attack is a 50% chance to imply incurable. Second skill, after it's upgraded, attack the enemy 3 times. Each attack is a 60% chance to inflict mark for 2 turns, like a brand. Increase the cooldown by 1 turn. And then the Robot Dance removes all debuffs from all allies, recover 25% HP, grant a 1-stack nullify, 1 turn unyield. So we're going to put this, I feel like we could put this at least at B tier. I want to put it at A, but I feel like I'm putting so much stuff at A. Should we put it higher than? No, we're fine. We don't need to be crazy on every single unit. Fire Ripper. First skill, attack the enemy 2 times, incurable. Debuff. Second skill, Boomerang Hat, attack the enemy, increase your action bar by 50%, damage based on your speed. After using other abilities during your turn, there is a 30% chance to automatically cast this ability. It's kind of cool to keep comboing from one into the other, but I don't know if it necessarily warrants a crazy place on the tier list. And the inner killer at the start of your turn, there's a 20% chance to remove all debuffs and gain 200% critical damage during this turn. For each debuff you have, the chance increases by 5%. Additionally, your attacks will recover HP to the ally with the lowest HP ratio by 30% of damage dealt. Personally, I haven't felt too crazy about this unit, but I know some of you are using him a bunch in some of the Abyss dungeons. So we're going to put that there for that. Then we have the Tree Ripper. First skill, double hit, incurable. Second skill is the triple hit, mark, and destroy targets max HP by 10% of the damage dealt. And the Grave Robber, damage increases basically targets missing HP and the max HP destroyed. When defeating an enemy, you will gain stealth for 2 turns, steal 30% of the target's current attack power, and prevent the target from reviving. I have not used this. I don't have it. That's why I have not used it. But I have heard that it is a fun unit to use. We're going to put that at A tier. I'm going based on your feedback that I've gotten. Light 1, what do we have? First skill is incurable, double hit incurable. Second skill is the same as the Fire 1. Attack the enemy, increase your action bar by 50%, damage based on your speed. After using other abilities during your turn, 30% chance to automatically cast this ability. So potentially, I mean, some of these units just get extra turns, increase attack bar, turn cycle. And then we have the Killmatic 3000. Throw random items found in your hat to attack an enemy 4 times. Cleaver attack inflicts defense down for 2 turns. Hammer defense inflicts stun for 1 turn. Flask HP inflicts toxic for 2 turns. Grenade speed deals defense ignoring damage. The higher the corresponding stat, the higher the chance to find that item. So potentially, if you just put a ridiculous amount of speed on this, his attacks will just keep ignoring defense. So, I mean, it's random. He pulls random things out of a hat, but it's based on whatever... based on how you build it, you have a higher probability of getting certain things out of that. We're going to put this at A tier. If he doesn't work like he's supposed to, let me know. And then we will yell about it. And I'll be like, this is a F tier garbage. Dark 1, last one. Attack the enemy 2 times, 50% chance to fly incurable. Second skill is triple hit with the mark. And then and Oblivion. Mark and Oblivion after it's... after it's 6-starred. And then the reassembly revive with 15% HP upon death and counterattack using A2. When you revive, increase the action bar of all allies by 15%, and increase your attack power by 50% and lifesteal by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. This is potentially a really cool counter nuke type of skill. So we're going to put this also at A tier. But if it is super disappointing and I'm way off, please let me know in the comments, and then we will be like, nah, garbage tier. Nothing is D tier. Look at this. Terrible tier list. Things should be at D tier. I feel like maybe there's an argument to be made that not that many units should be in S tier, and that a couple of them probably should not be in S tier. That's a wild amount of units in A tier, though. It is what it is. I feel like these units are good. Like, they didn't put really bad units in the game. Looking at the Archon. I'm looking at the Archon. But I feel like this is a more accurate tier list than the previous one. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully for new players, this is at least helpful, step in the right direction. And I will see you as always in the next one.